Peace of Mind grant has had a tremendous impact on our Indian Prairie School District 204 community. In 2022, we set out to address the gaps of learning that were created by COVID and to expand relationships between schools, community-based organizations, mental health providers, and our 204 families. Through the hard work and dedication of the SEL ambassadors and our generous community partners, we've accomplished this goal and so much more. Please join us as we hear firsthand the impact the Peace of Mind grant has had on students, staff, and our families.
So we chose to do the Jim Gill concert because he's been a big part of the community here. He has done concerts for Prairie Children Preschool in the past, back in our earlier years. And we just thought it would be great because we were celebrating our 25th anniversary here at the preschool. So we thought it'd be nice to bring it full circle and bring them back to do some concerts for our families here and our teachers and our students.
I think the thing about the concert, it's live. Kids are not watching videos. I feel like that whole interactive piece when you see somebody live is just different than watching a video of a song or a musician playing that way. The kids are involved with their parents, or they're watching their parents, they're watching their teachers around them. It's just really nice in terms of building a community and building like those relationships.
He does a lot of motor actions, which are fantastic, a lot of like pre-math skills as well. And the kids just love his music. He's so great, and we use his music in our classrooms all the time. The next couple days, we heard the kids talking about it, how much fun they had, so it created some really great socialization back in the classroom after the event was over.
I certainly felt happy inside when I left, and I hope they all left feeling joy inside.
The event that we are doing at Brookdale is what we call Foot in the Door, our pop-up children's museum, which is a wonderful community partnership with the DuPage Children's Museum. As part of our Peace Grant, we knew we wanted to do something to connect with our community and looking at students' social emotional learning and well-being. And who more that wants to be in an elementary building than our incoming kindergarten students? And we wanted to open it a little bit wider to more of our Bobcat population, so we also extended it to our current kindergartners. And it is a wonderful opportunity for our community to come together and for our incoming kindergartners to get to step foot, hence foot in the door, into our Bobcat community, but also connect with other families.
It gives our incoming students just a chance to make a positive connection with the school. Like the summer that your child is going into kindergarten can be a stressful time. It can be stressful for the parents. It can be stressful for the kiddo, just because there's a lot of unknown. And so I think that just takes away a little bit of it. They get to come here and do something fun, and they just get to have a positive experience and create a positive memory associated with the place that could be their home for the next 6 years. And then in terms of our families, it also gives them a chance to connect. Some of our families, if they haven't lived in the neighborhood for very long, or they haven't attended, local events, they might not know a lot of people who are in their same shoes in terms of having kindergartners starting in the fall.
The organization that we were working with was Prismatic Magic. It's a very interactive laser show presentation on kindness. They're a company that does these different types of SEL programs. The Kindness Quest is one of them. We chose this one because it definitely follows along with our SEL program, the second step.
We kind of went on a kindness quest, and we were able to learn about empathy and how we can use that in school and how we can be kind to other people.
The way we came about choosing this assembly is that we were looking for something that was going to be engaging for the students, something that they would want to take part in. And I think with the music and with the lights, it really kept the students' attention.
I liked the music videos a lot, and I also liked how we could stop at different parts. They kind of divided the whole quest into sections so we could learn about empathy, compassion, and all these different kind of topics that sum kindness up.
My favorite part was actually seeing all the kids when they were all singing together, and they were just really enjoying themselves, fist pumping with their glow bracelets on and just really having a good time. I think it definitely reemphasizes the skills that they're learning in the second step program. I definitely think this is something that the students are going to go back to their class and they're going to want to talk about what they saw and make those connections about what they've been learning about. And the hope is that it carries over into their everyday life and even have those conversations at home with their families.
We found Artie through Breathe Power Yoga, and she has been trained in high expertise of not only yoga, but doing SEL with adults and children and families. So we thought that with the 5 competencies of our SEL program in District 204, this would be a highly wonderful event for our staff.
She just really reflected on gratitude, some self-care, some mindfulness, some self-awareness, all of those strategies that we were trying to not only use on ourselves, but also implement with our children at home or outside of here or in our building.
As a staff, we came together with some of the poses and had to work together as a group to do some of the actions, and it was really cool to have a building block for each other to get through sometimes just a rough patch or just to get through a day. And so it was easy, just kind of that community feeling of having each other, and we were able to see that through what she was teaching us.
So we are hopeful that staff were able to take away some concrete strategies to use not only on themselves, and then also take those strategies with them into the classroom.
Having 10 minutes of quiet and just thinking and regrouping, it was just amazing to have that opportunity and to really feel kind of empowered and at peace with yourself for just 10 minutes of a day.
So this reading event tonight is a family reading night, and it is a night where they get to read books with different peers after school. They get to do some crafts around literacy, and then at the end of the day, they have to each take home a book. And we know that some of our families don't have books at home. Some of our families are still learning English. So this is a great way to add to their libraries at home and have a fun night with your parents, with your classmates, other kids around here, even younger siblings are welcome.
So the partnership is through the Naperville Public Library, so families will be able to learn about some of the programs offered at the library. They can sign up for library cards, and we're hoping that families can go to the library together to participate in some of the things that the library offers. Having access to literacy allows kids to be better readers and really just find a love for reading. The more access they have, the better off they'll be.
Being able to have events like this, the Family Literacy Night, really allows us to invite families in to kind of get a taste of what we're doing with kids every single day. It's all about the relationships and building that community. Literacy is such a strong way for kids to really connect with that social and emotional learning. Bringing students in and partnering with the Naperville Public Library really opens up those opportunities for kids to have access to literature, that they can see themselves reflected in the books that they're reading, and a lot of problem solving and a lot of the skills that we teach in SEL, like in our second step curriculum, really play out in the books.
Gregory decided to team up with both Scullin and Crone Middle Schools to provide a parent workshop and some student assemblies about keeping our kids safe while using their technology, both here at school and at home. We partnered with retired Detective Rich Wistocki, who is from the Naperville Police Department, who now owns his own business called Be Sure Consulting. And this is what his company does, is goes around and presents to different schools and organizations on cyber crime and cyber safety.
So this project was twofold. We had Rich Wistocki come in and present to our students, and then we also had the evening presentation for parents. And Detective Wistocki asked about the apps that the kids use and about their connecting with people that they don't know, and talked about those dangers of connecting with people they don't know, making them aware of the safety and danger risks of those connections. And then the presentation at night is to make parents aware of what those risks are when students are on those apps and connecting with possible predators and the risks of having access to those apps.
So at each middle school, we have a class dedicated to SEL called Achieve, and during that time, we will also spend time teaching kids skills regarding digital citizenship. So being safe, how to use their technology, how to use it appropriately, since it is such a big part of all of their lives. So when this opportunity came for this presentation with Detective Wistocki, we felt like that meshed really well with the digital citizenship lessons that we're already teaching these kids, and just reinforcing that idea of using technology appropriately, how to be safe, and then what to do when you're not feeling safe. So it did kind of just flow really nicely with teaching some of those social emotional skills, but more on that technology level in areas both outside and inside of school.
We're doing a community service night, and we wanted to look at an event that we could come together as a community to involve our students and our families. We're doing a community service project for Project Linus. They distribute blankets to children in hospitals and in different situations, so we are making about 30 of those. We are also making hygiene kits for families in our district, so we worked with our district coordinator to get the materials and we are assembling them. We are also working with Scarce. They're an organization that collects donations and repurposes them for different students. So for example, they take crayons and melt them and make them into larger crayons for people with motor difficulties, and so we are sorting their donations for them.
So we're looking for a way for our students to be able to give back outside of the classroom. This is an opportunity for all of our students, our community members, our teachers, to come together outside of academics to see people in a different light and to be able to gain a different perspective and be able to give back to the community around us.
As part of character education, a part of that is helping students be able to see the impact that they can make on the community around them. So we are hoping to empower our students to become more involved in their community and recognize their role.
We reached out to Daddy's Art Studio. She's an art instructor, so we partnered with her for this event because it's Mental Health Matters Week here at Mattia. So we kind of coupled with them and threw it in to kind of promote just a positive way of coping. We sent out an email to teachers, like a Google form, and asked them to submit the names of students who they have witnessed kind of struggle to find a sense of belonging here, either new or transferred in during the year. Some of the students in there are in our EL population that may be even new to our country. We got the names from teachers who know kids best and other staff in the building, and that's how we made the invitation for students to attend.
We thought this would be an awesome way to one, have an opportunity for them just to get away from the school day, know that there's people in our building who care for them, and give them an opportunity to maybe practice, some coping skills and some art therapy that maybe they don't have the opportunity to do for a lot of other reasons. He's also done such a phenomenal job of incorporating life skills through what the girls have been doing in there and talking about being brave and it's okay when things don't go the way that you want. And so I thought that was really cool of her. Hopefully they can have a sense of belonging and really know that, again, there are people in this building who are caring adults and other people, there's some peers in there with them who are strong advocates for empowering girls. Hopefully they can have a new friendly face in the hallway, and I think that's super helpful for all students, but especially this group of girls.
So we've been working with our social workers at the high school level to facilitate a week that we call Wellness Week, mainly just to raise awareness and start the conversation about maintaining our mental health. Monday is going to be movement, focusing on how moving our bodies keep us mentally healthy. Tomorrow, the theme is get crafty and doing things with your hands. Wednesday, we're going to focus on connections, so we're going to make the time to connect with our colleagues and our community. Thursday is our Suicide Awareness Day, and then Friday is going to be a game day. Really the big benefit is the fact that kids are starting to have that conversation, not just on one day, but every single day has something that can cater to anyone's interests.